Hey guys, Derek here again. So you've got a software development team and you want to manage them effectively. But here's the problem. The more you try to manage every little detail, the more you become the bottleneck. I've been there. If you're constantly answering questions, resolving tiny issues, and getting stuck in the weeds, not only will your team slow you down, but you will burn out. In this video, I'm going to show you a better way to manage developers, a system that's all about empowering your team to work efficiently without needing to micromanage them. Ready? Let's get into it. So here's what usually happens when you're managing a team of software developers. You feel like you need to oversee everything, every task, every problem, and before you know it, your developers are coming to you with questions about the code, the product, or even all the minor issues here and there that you've never anticipated. You've gone from managing the team to not becoming their personal help desk, right? I've been there and it sucks. The result is that you will make yourself stuck answering the same kinds of questions all day long. Instead of your team flying through their work, they're waiting for you to approve their work, give feedback, and resolve problems. You're now the biggest bottleneck of your team. This is not sustainable at all. The real solution here is to empower your team to be autonomous by giving them clear systems and frameworks to operate themselves within. Let's talk a little bit about self-organizing teams. The goal is to create a team that doesn't rely on you to get things done. You want to remove yourself from the process ASAP without sacrificing quality. It's all about creating a framework and a system where the team can operate efficiently and make decisions on their own. Think of it like an ant colony or a beehive. Insects are not running around asking their queen every 5 minutes asking what to do next, right? They have a simple set of rules to follow, and that's how they coordinate complex tasks like finding food or building a nest, right? Your team needs the same thing. Simple, clear rules so that they can make decisions, fix problems, and move forward without needing your constant input. Let me quickly break down 5 rules that I've used to manage development teams efficiently. These rules allow your team to focus on the work, collaborate well, and solve problems without pulling you into every single issue. So rule number 1, one record per user story. Every feature you build for a product should be linked into a single user story, whether you're using Jira, Trello, or any other project management tool. Each user story gets one record. This is where all conversations, all mockups, all code questions happen. Everything is tied back to just one single record. It keeps everything organized and in one place. Having a single source of truth is the number one most important thing that I've emphasized to all of my team members. I had to learn this the hard way because I didn't do this in the past, and just this one thing itself, honestly, was a game changer for me because I didn't need to have different sources of truth to manage anymore. It's just one place, everything goes there. If I forget about something, I just refer back to the same document and everything is there from day one. Rule number 2, attach everything to the user story. This one is simple but powerful. Everything related to a user story gets attached to that record. Mockups, notes, discussion, code snippets, it's all there. This way, anyone can jump into the project and see all the relevant information in one spot without hunting down different files or conversations. Rule number 3, a clear workflow with simple steps. Your team needs a predictable workflow. Here's an example. Number 1, wireframe. Number 2, get the mockups done. Number 3, get the schema and the backend development done. Number 4, front-end development. Number 5, integration, and then number 6, testing, and number 7, deploying to production or deploying to development server, right? Each developer knows what the next step is so they can move forward without waiting on approvals or additional instructions from you. This creates a smooth handoff from one step to the next. Rule number 4, focus on your column. In a Kanban-style workflow, everyone is responsible for the task in their column. If you're assigned to the backend development, your job is to focus on the task in your lane. No need to worry about what's happening in any other areas. This keeps people focused and it prevents distractions. Rule number 5, move task right when done and left when it's stuck. Once the developer finishes their task, they move it to the next person in the workflow. So there's no delays. But if they're stuck and don't have enough information, they move the task back to the previous person to get what they need. And this keeps the flow keeps on moving forward without any bottlenecks. And if there's any bottlenecks, it shouts at you on the project management tool. Now, none of this works if you don't trust your team. If you're still checking up on every detail, you're still going to get in the way. Trust here is absolutely crucial. You've got to trust the developers to make decisions, take ownership of their tasks, and solve problems on their own. This doesn't mean you're completely hands-off. Instead, you're available for big decisions or when things get seriously off track. Remember, developers thrive in environments where they're given space to work. If you want high performance, give them the freedom to figure things out and work on their own. So when do you step in as a leader? Only when the team really needs you. Your job is to keep the project moving forward, but not to micromanage. If your team can get an answer from someone else, let them do it, right? The leader's role is to oversee the big picture, step in only when roadblocks appear, and keep communication open. In most cases, your team can solve majority of the problems themselves. You just need to make sure they know where to go for help whenever it's needed. So there you have it. Managing software developers doesn't have to be complicated, but it does require some trust. It requires clear rules and an efficient system that allows your team to self-organize. Use the rules I've shared with you today to create a process that empowers your team, keep projects on track, and to prevent you from becoming the bottleneck. I have went through the painful process of having to micromanage every single little detail to the absolute pixel that we're using, and I hated it so much. So right now I run a team of 20 software developers and I barely need to spend much time in the project. So it has been a complete game changer for me for running my software consultancy and building my tech startups. And I hope this video is able to help you and serve as a wake-up call for you to manage the development team the proper way. So I hope this helps. If you like this video and want more tips about managing software teams, building apps, or scaling your SaaS businesses, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below with any questions that you have. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.